Seasonings, herbs, and spices are used to add flavors to the meals we serve. Sometimes they bring out the natural flavors of foods, and sometimes they balance the taste of strong foods. Sometimes they introduce us to flavors from around the world. When we talk about seasonings, herbs, and spices, think of it as building flavors. Let's look at each of the categories: seasonings, herbs, and spices, and each category's wide variety of selections and purposes. Remember, we're looking to build flavors. Seasonings are the most familiar category and include salt and pepper, sweeteners like sugar, and acids like lemon juice. Salt in moderation brings out the natural flavors in foods. It comes in many forms like table salt and sea salt. Salt can be stored almost indefinitely, but it must be in a dry area. Pepper comes in black or white and is also considered a spice. Black pepper is a stronger flavor, and white has a lighter, less prominent flavor. White pepper is also good for lighter dishes where you want the subtle flavor without the black specks. Ground pepper must be kept in airtight containers and can last about 6 months. Sweeteners include white and brown sugar, honey, and corn and maple syrups. Sugar is most common in baked items, but can be found in small amounts in sauces or used to cut the bitter taste of savory dishes. Store all sugar items in airtight containers in dry storage areas. When we say acids, we mean lemon, orange, or lime juice, and vinegar. These add flavor to dishes or are used to react with other items in a recipe, but can also be used to inhibit oxidation of fruits and vegetables. Herbs are leaves and stems from plants and are available fresh or dried. Dried herbs are easy to buy and store and offer a much larger selection. Always keep on hand the basic herbs like rosemary, thyme, oregano, parsley, bay leaf, tarragon, and chives. When dried, some herbs look almost the same, so get familiar with the smell and taste of each. Dried herbs should be kept in airtight containers. Store them away from direct sunlight or prolonged exposure to fluorescent light, which causes them to lose their flavor quicker and shorten their shelf life. Date the containers when they come in. Their fresh counterparts look like these. Basil has large leaves, while chives look like long blades of grass. Both chervil and chives have more flavor when fresh. Fresh cilantro and fresh parsley might look similar at first glance, but when you pick off a leaf and roll it in your fingers, you can quickly smell the difference. Mint, with its large leaves, is sweet in smell and often used to garnish desserts or used in sauces. Oregano and marjoram look somewhat similar, but oregano has more flavor and is common in Italian dishes. Fresh herbs should be rinsed, drained, and stored wrapped in moist paper towels and placed in a plastic bag. Stored like this, they can be held for about 4 days. Fresh herbs can bruise easily, so be careful when handling them. They can be kept in the refrigerator. Do not freeze fresh herbs. Spices come in many flavors and are made from roots, bark, seeds, and fruits. We're familiar with certain spices because of where they come from in the world. Chili powder and cumin in Mexican cooking, curry in Indian cooking, and ginger in Asian cooking. Cinnamon is very common. Other spices on the shelf should be cloves, mustard, allspice, and nutmeg. We usually buy spices in their ground form, though if bought whole, they can hold their flavor longer. Spices should be stored in airtight containers and kept away from direct light sources. It's a good idea to date the containers when they come in to rotate out old stock that has lost flavor potential. Spices can also be combined into blends, like curry. Today's students are familiar with a wide variety of flavors, so we should try to include them in our menus and also offer new tastes for them to explore and enjoy. Serving balanced, nutritional meals is an important goal for us, but to our students, mealtime is all about flavor.